Hello, this is lecture 6 of game theory class. In other words, the final lecture of the second week. In the previous lecture, I talked about the rock, scissors, paper modified, which means Tom chooses first, and Bill can observe Tom because there's no circle around this area, and Bill chooses. In a way, Tom chooses first mover, and Bill chooses as a second mover. Bill has the definite absolute advantage in this game. Okay, even though we know that Bill will win probably and Bill has the absolute advantage, how can you, I use these pictures, I use this extensive form, but if you are asked to describe this game without this kind of picture or word in a strategic form, then that is a new challenge. First of all, in order to use the strategic form, you have to count, because strategic form basically, okay, I'll show you. Strategic form is basically this kind of table. This is Tom. Tom has rock, scissors, paper. He has only 3 options. What about Bill? If you think Bill has 1 strategy or 3 strategy, you are wrong. Oh, how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Bill has 9 strategy. You are still wrong. Bill has 27 strategies. How is that possible? I already mentioned, in this case, Bill's strategy should be a conditional strategy or has a contingency, which means if Tom plays rock, what would I do? If Tom plays scissors, what would I do? If Tom plays paper, what would I do? For example, if you have a computer or robot to play this modified rock, scissors, paper game for you, you have to program that robot in order to win this game. So what would Bill tell to his robot to play this game? Bill would say, if Tom plays rock, please play paper. If Tom plays scissors, please play rock. If Tom plays paper, please play scissors. That's gonna be the program, if Bill is smart enough. Okay? So that is the winning strategy. Rock, then paper, scissors, then rock, paper, then scissors. But if a strategy something like, if Tom gives you rock, play scissors. If Tom gives scissors, pick paper. If Tom gives you paper, give him the rock. Then Bill will lose all the time. That is totally losing strategy. It's a losing stupid strategy, but still a strategy. So whether it's a winning strategy or losing strategy, how many strategies does Bill have? For rock, that Tom's rock, the Bill can have 3 responses: rock, scissors, paper. Scissors, rock, scissors, paper, paper, rock, scissors, paper. So if you know a little bit about mathematics, that means 3 times 3 times 3, which is 27. So we have this kind of expression from now on. Rock, rock, rock means the first is the response to Tom's rock. The second is the response to Tom's scissors. The third one is a response to Tom's paper. 재미가 오네. Okay. So, what about this? If Tom plays rock, Bill will play rock. If Tom plays scissors, Bill plays rock. If Tom plays paper, Bill plays scissors. So, here, the 9 strategies here are the strategies that begins with rock against rock. There are another 9 strategies, scissor against rock. There are another 9 strategies, paper against rock. That's why 9 plus 9 plus 9, there are 27 strategies. Okay? If you have time, it's 3 and 27 graph. Maybe you can try. Maybe in your homework. Okay, now you think, oh, simple. It's not a big deal. I understand. But then, understanding it is one thing and actually doing it is another. What about this number? Why it's 0 and 0? The Tom is playing scissor and Bill is playing rock, scissor, scissor. As soon as Tom plays scissor, the first rock and third scissor disappear. It doesn't matter because Tom chose scissor. The only thing matters is scissor. So it's a scissor against scissor. That's why it's a tie. What about here? Rock, paper, rock, scissor. The only thing matters is the second one because Tom played scissor. The promise is the first is response to Tom's rock. Second is a response to Tom's scissor. The third is a response to Tom's paper. This is complete. If you understand totally already, you are lucky and smart. But this is a very tricky thing. So that's why I'm explaining repeatedly. If it's a scissor, paper, scissor wins. That's why Tom has 1 and Bill has -1. What about here? Paper against rock, scissor, scissor. The only thing matters is the third scissor because Tom chose paper. So scissor wins over paper. That's why Bill gets 1 and Tom gets -1. Okay. I hope you can see this cursor. Okay. Arrow. But anyway. So if you look at this strategic form, very, very hard, and thinking about why Bill has 27 strategies, then you would realize this strategic form is same as this extensive form. Okay? As I said, the description is of the game by strategic form and extensive form. At first seems easy, but not so easy. Okay? And one might ask, okay, so there are only 2 ways to describe a game, extensive and strategic. If it gets really, really complicated, like there are 100 people involved, and every 100 people have 100 strategies, there's no way in the world we can have this kind of table or like decision tree kind of thing. We may, but it's so complicated, it's not going to help you. Then we use mathematics. But for the simple games, still you can do it. Strategic form and extensive form. But it gets complicated, then you have to go to mathematical expression. Okay, now we are entering the real game. That is which means make predictions. Let's make predictions in the game as below. Tom and Bill is going to fight, okay, for some reason. And unfortunately or fortunately, both of them has gun in their house. They can come without the gun, so they can do the fist fighting, which is painful. -10, -10 for Bill and Tom. They are equally strong. They can both bring guns. That's -12, 20, -20. Why is it bigger than fist fighting? Fist fighting, you will have bruises and broken bones, but you are not going to be killed probably. In gunfighting, you can be killed and very, very seriously injured, maybe amputating some part of your body and things like that. So, okay, I'm not expert, but I'm pretty sure that gunfighting is more painful. Some people say, oh, gunfighting, you will die, so you will not, get the pain at all. I don't think so, If you die by a gunshot, it would be pretty painful. And you'll die, so it's really bad. What about fist against gun? I don't know. Some of you may be like a Neo in Matrix who can dodge the bullet, but I don't think so. If you have that ability in this class, you are in a wrong class. Okay, you don't have to take this course. But anyway, the fist fighting would lose. If Tom comes without the gun because he wants fist fighting and Bill brings gun, who will win? Definitely Bill. Bill is not going to be wounded, so he would be just happily shoot Tom. And Tom's, why is it bigger than gunfighting against gunfighting? The more painful, -20, -40. When Bill get to know that Tom does not have a gun, when Tom has a gun, Bill is not going to approach Tom, because if Bill approach Tom and want to shoot, Tom may shoot first. But if Tom does not have a gun and Bill knows that, Bill would proudly approaching Tom and he would shoot Tom in a very short distance. So, the probability of Tom would get injured is much higher and painful. Okay, that's how I explain this game. This is obviously strategic form, and excuse me, I told you there are three elements: the players, strategies, fist and gun, and the payoffs. So when I mention about totally the players, strategies, and payoffs, that's usually I explain thoroughly the game, and you should be able to understand the situation of the game. What would you do? Okay. What would you do? Any of you, if you are in a position of, any of you kind of predicted that Tom and Bill will come without a gun? Or one of them, like Bill will not bring gun, Tom bring gun, or Tom will not bring guns and Bill bring guns? No. I'm sure 99% of you would predict Tom and Bill would bring guns. Think about that. You are going to fight someone and you know that someone has a gun in their house. Are you going to bring gun or not? It's no-brainer that you should bring guns. If you don't want to use it, okay, bring it there and don't use it. But then not bring the girl from the house home, leave the gun at home, is plainly stupid, We'll explain why, but everybody's gut feeling is if the other people has a gun, you should have a gun. Otherwise, you would be miserably killed. So, the equilibrium, which means prediction, should be gun and gun. Okay? I haven't given you the reason why it should be gun and gun, but everybody's gut feeling must be gun and gun. One thing you should be careful is when I say the equilibrium is gun and gun, these gun and gun are strategies. They are not players, they are not payoffs, it's strategies. You may think, oh, what about I'm answering -20, -20? -20, -20, wrong answer. You will get 0 point. If that is an assignment or examination, I'm going to give you 0 point. I make sure about that. Because when someone asks you equilibrium, your answer should be by the strategy. What kind of strategy they will choose. For example, if fist is -20, -20, and gun, -20, -20, if you say -20, -20, I would not have good idea whether you choose gone and gone here or feast and feast. So these payoffs can be identical in many places, so that cannot be an answer. On the other hand, if you mention the strategy, there can be only one equilibrium. That is why we need it to be an equilibrium. Now explain why Tom and Bill would choose gone. If Bill choose feast, okay, let's go back. From Tom's point of view, assume that Bill comes without gone, feast. If Tom choose feast, Tom gets negative 10. If Tom choose gone, Tom gets 10. Which is better? 10 is better than negative 10. So gone is better than the feast for Tom when Bill comes with feast. If Bill choose gone, if Tom choose feast, it's negative 40. If Tom choose gone, negative 20. Both not good, but negative 20 is better than negative 40. So Tom would choose gone. Which means whether Bill choose feast or Bill choose gone, Tom always prefer gone more than feast. Gone gives Tom bigger payoff, better payoff than the feast. That is reasons. Likewise, Bill. So that is why economist game theorists explain that is why both people will bring gone, choose gone. The name for that is dominant equilibrium, which means we have two words in this kind of game. Gone, strategy gone, dominates strategy feast. Or the gone is the dominant strategy, which means, okay, what the meaning of that? Let's look at the word, the meaning of word dominance. Every year, the professors working for the admissions office are wondering about these cases. We have high school graduate named Tom and Bill. And we evaluate them in three field: English, math, history. English, Tom gets 95, Bill gets 80. Tom is better. Math, Bill gets 100, Tom gets 85. Bill is very excellent. History, Tom is 97, Bill not so good at all. So basically, Bill is better, extremely good in math. Tom is better than Bill overall. Math is not as good, but in other subjects, good. Bill kind of, tilted toward math. He doesn't care about English, doesn't care about history a lot, but he's superb in math. If you are the professor working at the admissions office, would you choose Bill or Tom? Because you can choose only one. Which one would you choose? I think the opinion would be divided. I'm sure that the natural science professor like physics, chemistry, electronics, they will choose Bill immediately. On the other hand, maybe politics or a history department professor choose Tom immediately. For me, I don't know. Honestly, as an economist, I'm not sure which one should I choose. Maybe Bill, because we need mathematics, but I'm very shaky about the history score of Bill. I mean, he cannot be really a good economist because if he is not interested in human being, I don't know. Look at the second example. Now, another Tom and Bill. English, wow, Bill is better than Tom. Math, still Bill is better than Tom. History, wow, Bill improved a lot. If you are the professor who should choose the high school graduate Tom or Bill, only one of them, which one would you choose? I would be, okay, 5 minutes left. I would be so surprised if anybody choose Tom. Why? In every standard, Bill is better than Tom. Do you agree? In this case, we call Bill dominates Tom. Bill is the dominant candidate. In the first case, we cannot say dominance and dominated because in math, Bill is better. In English, Tom is better. Then we cannot say dominance. We say dominance when every categorically Bill is better than Tom. Okay, that is the English word dominant, what dominance means. Okay, so when Tom choose gun instead of fist, the reason is whether Bill choose fist or gun, whatever your opponent choose, whatever strategy your opponent choose, your strategy gun is better than your strategy fist because 10 is bigger than negative 10, negative 20 is better than negative 40. That's why we call Tom's strategy gun the dominant strategy. So instead of English and math, we use whatever your opponent choose. For each strategy, whatever the strategy may be, gun is better than the fist. Like whatever the subject, Bill is better than Tom, kind of thing. So dominant strategy is the strategy that gives the best payoff, whatever the other players do. Okay, we call that dominant strategy. Dominated strategy is when there is a strategy that always gives a better payoff than a strategy S, whatever the other players do. We call the strategy S as a dominated strategy. Dominated needs a little bit more explanation. Dominant, if you are a dominant student in your class, and your class is composed of 20 students, you should be better than all other 19 students in every subject. Sorry. What I mean, there's Tom and Bill and Jim and, Kay, so many other people, 20 people. If Bill's score in each, Bill is top in English, Bill is top in mathematics, Bill is top in history, we call Bill the dominant student in that class among the 20 because in every subject, Bill is better than the other 19 students. That is dominant means. What about dominated? Here, Tom is not as good as Bill, but Tom is better than Jim, Tom is better than Peter, and things like that. Still, Tom is dominated. What I mean is, in order to be dominant among 20, you should be better than the other 19. But dominated means you don't have to be worse than the other 19. Just you are worse than the other one. We call that dominated. Okay, so in order to find out dominated strategy, S is dominated strategy. You find out strategy T that is better than S. Then S is dominated. Dominant strategy, if you find out a strategy that is worse than you, that's not enough. All other strategies should be worse than you. Because in game theory, we are in the business of finding out the best strategy. Okay? If some strategy is dominant, we have no problem choosing that, immediately choosing that. What about dominated? Because we are in a business of choosing the best strategy, if there is one strategy that is worse than the other, not worse than the other all strategies, but just dominated by one strategy, then already that strategy is not a candidate. Okay? Because we are looking for the best. And obviously, when there's one which is better than you, you can never be the best. So dominated strategy requires only one another strategy that is better than you. Okay, this is a mathematical definition on that because it would take time. I'm gonna continue in the next class. Oh, finally, one thing I want to mention is that even though some of you might notice that, have you heard about the prisoner's dilemma? This is a basically same game as a prisoner's dilemma, but I think the gunfighting, fist fighting example is better than the prisoner's dilemma for our students' case. Okay, we are gonna continue with the dominant equilibrium. The first fortune telling school. Okay, there are so many, I told you there are so many other schools with different method of fortune telling. The first one I'm going to tell you is the dominant equilibrium school. Okay, see you soon. Thank you.